average amount of times, 32 times a game, can that lead to this level of success? I feel like we don't know that. Now, it might not be fair to hold that against him, but I don't think it's reasonable to act assured that they would succeed.
I'd have to look at, we'd have to dig. I wouldn't look at it, obviously. Josh would look at it. But look, what I think, airing it out in our minds, we see the ball flying all over the place. But I think, I pulled passing percentage.
Yeah.
So the Eagles threw the ball the least percentage-wise, because the Patriots would always just be 3 and out.
Yeah.
So the least percentage-wise.
43% of the time.
43%. Baltimore was at 46. Green Bay was at 49. Buffalo was at 50. So of the bottom 4 defenses with airing it out, you have, in my mind, 3 of the top 5 quarterbacks.
Right, which is why I think it's important that certainly for Buffalo, we've seen them have a prolific offense that's pass. So that's why there's not those questions
prolific,
about Josh.
But it wasn't successful.
I mean, it got to the AFC Championship
I don't
game. It did.
It wasn't. How about this? It was prolific, but they decided as an organization there was a more successful path.
Sure.
By firing the OC and throwing the ball less and getting rid of Stephon Diggs, who's going to have 1,000 yards. James Cook is back. We saw him on the field yesterday doing some exercising. Now he's got a new contract, 4 years, $48 million, $30 guaranteed. Here's his numbers the last 2 seasons. I'll focus on last year, but overall, 24 touchdowns total. Last year, 15 touches a game for almost 1,300 yards. Brew, you're a big James Cook fan, correct?
Yes.
Do you like this deal for Buffalo? No?
No, I'm glad they got him done. And here's my thing. He's the 5th. I'm fine with it. The guarantee is a little high.
Yeah.
He's second in the league among running backs and guaranteed $30 million. But he's only tied for 5th with Josh Jacobs at per year, $12 million per year. And even if you feel, Nick, like this is a high for a running back, it's $12 million a year. Relatively speaking, it's not much at all. And running backs, I do think, are too devalued. So, I mean, clearly, I think we're finding that out the last few years, how valuable running backs are. McCaffrey's getting $19 million. Now Henry's getting 15. He should be more than McCaffrey. And so
Saquon's up at 20.
Saquon's at 20.
Yeah.
And Jonathan Taylor's at 14. So I don't have a problem. Like I said, if you want to say the guarantee's a little high, at the end of the day, even if you overpay a running back a little, it's still not much compared to what these other position players are getting, and he's going to be valuable.
So the guarantee is, to me, all I care about with this, because he's not seeing all 4 years of this deal. Because he's got 1 year left, and then do we think James Cook is going to play 5 more years at a high level? If he is, then he's one of the best backs of his generation. You know what I mean? And again, I think he's a good player, but I just think that position doesn't age that way. And you guys made fun of me at the top of the show for saying, James, take 2 years, $20 million. You're right. It was terrible advice for James. It was the right advice for Buffalo, because what was he going to do? And the Bills are in as strapped a position cap-wise any team in the league, and this is it. I wouldn't pay, and he had 1,009 rushing yards last year. He's a good threat out of the backfield catching the ball, and while he had 16 rushing touchdowns, which is phenomenal. The previous 2 years combined, he had 4. So the rushing touchdowns number, he was 16th in the league in rushing yards. The rushing touchdowns number is what popped for everyone. And I think some of that was, there is some of the, are we going to have Josh, sneak it in, or, are we going to hand it off James Cook? Again, he's obviously a good player, and they obviously need him. It's not a deal I would have done if I were running the Bills. And there are spots on offense that I think if you're a team that still hasn't quite been able to figure out how to get stops in the playoffs defensively, that I would not want to be paying top of the market for that position at. You're right, that running back market is cheap, but it's still the second most guaranteed money any running back's got. And so it shocked me. Like, I didn't give out that 2 years, $20 million thing yesterday. I don't try to be wrong in those contract things. I actually care about being right way more than is healthy for me anyone believe. I was shocked he got this deal. So credit to him and happy for him and his agent. I just think in 2 years, are we going to be running the story, Buffalo, you know what I mean, is eating $11 million in dead money after moving off of James Cook? I think that's likely.
So would you have risked going in without him? Like, they're a running team. Yeah. Josh's rushes have dropped the last 3 years. Obviously, as he ages, he's going to become less and less of your run game. And so you do need Cook to be able to run.
Yeah, no, football. I know. I would have offered him an awesome raise this year and a fully guaranteed good salary for next year and said, hey, man, there's your offer. And if you don't want to take it, then, if you're going to do a hold-in throughout the year when you've made no money in this league, okay, I just don't – I would have called his bluff on that. I wouldn't have stonewalled him. I would have made him a real offer. Ooh. Well, yeah, it's tough. It's tough business. Yeah. Tough business.
We're not in. We're not.
Mike Mayock got to run a team
he
for
drives
years.
A hard
I'm telling you right now.
GM Nick Wright.
It's a tough business.
Okay. Josh Allen, James Cook's quarterback, joined Bussin' with the Boys, the podcast. It's pretty good.
Put the ball in your other hand.
And it was a good episode of Bussin' with the Boys, and they talked about the tush push gone wrong against the Chiefs. Take a listen.
Was that a first down?
I was just going to ask that.
I was walking back on the field because I saw on the Jumbotron that angle where it sure does look like I crossed. I was like, they're calling this a first down. There's no way they can't. And I was wrong, so it wasn't.
Oh, man. That sucks. Luckily for Josh, once again, for the third time in his career, a loss to the Chiefs in the playoffs has led to the league saying, we got to change some rules, boys. We need a laser tennis-like measurement for these now. And I don't think that actually would have impacted that at all. Listen, first of all, you didn't get it. You didn't get it. Second of all, you got the ball back after not getting it. Down 3 with 3.5 minutes left at the 30-yard line with 3 timeouts for a chance to rewrite your legacy, and you got 17 yards and went 1 for 4 for 5 yards. And again, I'm the show's Josh Allen guy. I'm the guy that thinks he's the second best quarterback in football, but fair is fair. And third of all, and most importantly, and great job by Will Compton and Taylor Lewan, friends who, you're right, it's a great podcast and they're great guys. You can't answer that question. Sorry, even in that setting, you can't answer that question. You just can't. You got to do the
very like.
You can't
do that.
You got to
really.
What do you mean? That's the secret power of that podcast. They're not letting you like give, players speak.
What do you mean?
Travis
does a
unfair.
podcast with his brother and won't rehash the Super Bowl loss. And so.
What's there to talk about? Hey, you wish you had a catch in the first half? Yeah. It would have been nice to catch one.
Nick, he looked like he's playing along with them. I thought I got it, guys. I thought he got it. I mean, I'm not going to get all up in arms about it. I thought he got it. But had he been like, you know what I mean? Like really upset about it. Yeah, I did get that. I'm glad you brought that up. Then I think it would have been, right, I think it would have been different.
I'm glad you brought that
up.
But
just to answer it the way he did, I hear what you're saying because sometimes you don't need to rehash stuff. But I thought the way he handled it was fine.
I think the bottom line is,
here we go.
I think the bottom line is, those types of plays are so easy to get.
This guy can't get over
it's like it's not even a football play. The play is so effective. It's an automatic first down. We should consider banning it. Because one guy who, just for the record, no one thinks is as good as Josh Allen. Would have no one thinks he's that good.
This is the problem.
Would have definitely gotten the first down against the Chiefs.
Dust, give us 30.
Maybe not.
Dust, give us 30 more seconds.
And when he plays the Chiefs,
I'm begging you. I have now 2 days in a row just tried to set up for you to finally have the take that you so desperately want to have.
Which is what?
That Jalen Hurts is at a minimum a top 2 quarterback.
Top 5.
You won't go there.
I just like top 5.
You have it here. Why is Josh Allen better than Jalen Hurts?
Won MVP.
Okay.
I like MVP.
Okay.
Now, granted, Jalen Hurts won Super Bowl.
See, there you go.
The MVP.
Just dive
SBA
in.
won both. So it'd be nice if Jalen Hurts won both. It'd be a thing. How much will the Lions miss their coordinators? Not at all. He didn't actually say that. He just said he's motivated by people doubting him. Next on FS1 on Fox Sports Channel.
92% of teachers have students whose families cannot afford